neighborhood today because you might see that I'm sporting a little bit different look here today. You would rarely see me with a tie on, but I'm wearing a tie today because my friend Scott Butler said to me that he enjoys tuning in every day to Mr. Rahter's neighborhood. And so I hope you have a friend like Scott Butler. I think you probably do. Who is funny, somebody who you've known for a long time, who can make you smile. And so when Scott said that to me, that he likes, hey Matthew, he likes seeing this Mr. Rahter's neighborhood, I said, well, go today and do a little bit of a Mr. Rogers broadcast. And so people, John, kind of waiting for Scott maybe to come on because I want him to know and his idea that it would be Mr. Rahter's neighborhood. So while we're waiting, let me put on my comfy shoes because that's what I like to broadcast, and I will tell you a little story about neighborhoods from the Bible, because in Luke chapter 10, a man comes to Jesus and he wants to know, how do I get right with God? And so Jesus tells him, well, you know what the commandments say. What would you think? He says, well, I think you should love God with your whole heart, soul, mind, and strength, and you should love your neighbor as yourself. And Jesus says, well, you have chosen well, so do that and you will live. But then the man asks him a question. Well, who is my neighbor? That's what we need to understand. Who is our neighbor? So then Jesus tells him a story, and the story is about a man who is traveling on the road from Jerusalem down to Jericho. And on the way, he gets robbed and beaten up, and he's left by the side of the road, and he is dying. And people come by, a priest and Levite, and instead of helping him, they go to the other side of the street and just keep walking. Now, these days we might call that social distancing, but that's not what they were doing. They were just avoiding responsibility to care for another human being. Finally, a man comes down, and he's a Samaritan, which most people back then didn't like the Samaritans. And he stops, and he helps the man, and he takes him to a place where he can get taken care of, and he pays for all of his care. And so Jesus says to the man who originally asked him, he says, well, then who do you think was the neighbor to that man? And he says, the one who showed mercy on him. And Jesus says, well, then you go and do the same. So our neighbors aren't defined by geography, what street we live on, what city we live on. They're defined by who we care for and who cares for us. So your neighborhood can be bigger than you realize. I got a call from, or a message today from Bob DeMoore. He's down in South Carolina, and he was sending me some videos to encourage me. The beautiful Larnell Harris video. I talked to Diane. She's down in North Carolina. Her mother passed away, and we just talked. It is the people we care for and the people who care for us. And so I hope you're taking care of people, and I hope people are taking care of you. And even people you don't know, like my daughter Julie and I went out for a walk yesterday because it was so beautiful. We went out to a park and we saw people, and we said hi to them, and we waved to them and greeted them and told them, well, hope you're enjoying this beautiful day, because it truly was a beautiful day. And that reminds me of a song, and I'm going to play this song for you, and I think you'll like it. I hope you will. It goes like this. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in the beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I've always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? Well, I count each of you as my neighbors because you connect up here and watch what we're saying each day. So thank you for being my neighbor and for being my special friend. I want to share with you something. A lot of people have been praying from Psalm 91. What a great place to go for comfort in times like this. In Psalm 91, in verses 9 and 10, it says, "For you have made the Lord your dwelling place. No evil will be for you. Will come near your tent. And your tent is your neighborhood." And that's a big tent. I have sisters in Colorado. My love covers them. Cousins from Missouri logged onto our broadcast yesterday. My love covers them out in Missouri. So we have Diane down in North Carolina and Bob in South Carolina. You've got people all around that are part of your tent. And because you have made the Lord your dwelling place, those who are under the tent of your love, who are part of your neighborhood, are going to be protected by your prayers. So keep praying. Keep taking care of your neighbors. We love you. We'll be back tomorrow around this same time, 4:30, if you want to connect up. Okay? God bless. Everybody take care.